Washington enters the state tournament as the #1 seed with a record of 18-3. The Warriors defeated the 16-seeded Roosevelt 53-40 in the SODAC 16 to clinch their spot in the state tournament. The team averages 50.7 points per game, 40% from the field goal range, 25% from the three-point line. The team is currently also on a 7-game winning streak. The Warriors are faced off against the 8th-seeded Watertown, who has a record of 12-9. The two faced off in the regular season where the Warriors took down the Arrows 49-36. The player to watch for Washington is senior Hannah Harp. Harp averages 5.6 points a game, is 60% from the free throw line, and has a 27.6 field goal percentage, and will look to help her team win tonight. Tip-off will be at 11 a.m. at the Sanford Pentagon versus the 8th-seeded Watertown.
The Pierre Governors are coming into the state tournament the #2 team in the state. The Governors came off the regular season 18-3 and ended with a 4-game winning streak. For the SODAC 16th game, they won against the 15th seed, the Brookings Bobcats, where they defeated them 68-42. For the first round of the state tournament, they are facing the 7th seed, Rapid City Stevens. The last time they faced each other was the first game of the season, which the Governors beat Rapid City Stevens 58-46. The Pierre Governors have a great team leading into the playoffs, shooting 48% from the field and 31% from deep. On the defensive side, they average 10 steals and 12 deflections. A player to watch is #3 senior Remington Price. She is a sharpshooter that you must watch on the perimeter. She hit 5 threes against Brookings for the SODAC 16 game, and she averages 14 points per game and a field goal percentage of 58 and a three-point percentage of 48. She rarely turns the ball over but can force many turnovers on the other side, averaging at least 2 steals and 2 deflections per game. The Pierre Governors play Rapid City Stevens at the Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota at 5 p.m. on Thursday, the 9th of March. See you there.
The O'Gorman Knights are the #3 seed going into the state tournament. They beat #14 Rapid City Central 63-26 in the SODAC 16 game. The team averages 17-4 on the season and is looking to beat #6 seed Harrisburg. These teams met earlier in the season. The last time they met was February 14th. The Knights beat them 49-43. As a team, the Knights are averaging 54 points per game. They also are 29% from the three-point range, 46% from two-point range, and 40% from the field goal range. The player to watch on the Knights is Molly Abdouche. She has been a key to the success of the Knights this season. She averages 17 points per game. She is 43% from field goal range, 50% from two-point range, and she plays an average of 29 minutes. Coming up on Thursday, March 9th, the Knights take on the Tigers at 7:45 in the state tournament at the Sanford Pentagon.
Last week in the SODAC 16 game, #4 Jefferson took down #13 Aberdeen Central 57-41 to earn the ticket into the state tournament. The team averages 53 points per game, 30 rebounds, and 10 assists. Leading the team is #3, Sierra Watkins. Watkins averages 13 points per game and is shooting at a 48% from the two-point range and 33% from three-point range. On defense, she averages 2 deflections, 2 steals, and 3 defensive rebounds. Coming up in the state tournament, Jefferson will take on #12, Mitchell, at 1:45 p.m. at the Sanford Pentagon on Thursday, March 9th.
The Rapid City Stevens is the 7th seed coming into the state tournament. Their first game in the playoffs were the Huron Tigers, which they beat 62-48. Now they are going up against Pierre. These two teams met earlier in the season and Pierre won. It will be interesting to see how Stevens prepared for this matchup and what they will do differently. If Stevens wants to win this game, they need one of their top players to come out and put on a show. The name to highlight is Talia Porter. Even though she is a sophomore, she can be a game-changing player. She averages 15 points per game, which is the highest on the team. She doesn't only score points, but she is also a playmaker, allowing her teammates to score under the basket. The Stevens team scores on an average of 54 points per game. They are 29% from the three-point line and 39% from the inside of the paint. Rapid City knows this is a must-win or they'll go home and lose their shot going into the semifinals. This will be an intense game between Stevens and Pierre on March 9th at 5 o'clock p.m.
Mitchell was the underdog going against the 5th-seeded Brandon and pulling off the upset 53-43. Mitchell is now going into the state tournament as a 12th seed and will be facing off against the 4th seed Jefferson in the first round of the state tournament. Mitchell as a team averages 30% from 3, 41% from 2, 57% from the free throw line, but a player to watch is Sawyer Stabner. She averages 46% from the field, 52% from 2-point, 29% from 3, and certainly not least, she averages 62% from the free throw line. The game starts at 1:45 p.m. at the Sanford Pentagon. Be there to see if the Mitchell team can strike back again to pull off another upset.
Number 8 seed Watertown Arrows beat Lincoln Patriots in the Sodak 16 game. A player to help the Arrows upset the Warriors is Kendall Parsons. She's average field goal 31%, free throw 87%, points per game 3.8. She has been a key factor for the Arrows offensively and defensively.